What's going on, Gut Gang? Brendan here. And in this video, I want to share with you just how powerful the law of attraction is, as well as if you are struggling with something. Perhaps you're struggling in school, or maybe you're struggling at your job, or maybe you're struggling trying to get a new workout routine in, or maybe you're struggling trying to incorporate some new dietary changes. If you're challenged right now with anything, even a spouse for that matter, I've got an awesome strategy that you can use that I've seen amazing success with, and I'm going to share it with you in today's video. If you don't know who I am, my name is Brendan. I'm also known as the Gut Whisperer. And if you stick with me, it's kind of a long story, but if you stick with me to the end, you're going to completely see full circle how I've incorporated some of these exercises that I implemented when I was challenged with something. I'm going to start now. It's a long story, but just stick with me. When I was in school, I was studying many different courses in functional medicine and alternative medicine and holistic medicine. And one of the courses is called Fundamentals of Pharmacognosy and Phytotherapy. It's basically the implementation and understanding of plants on a molecular level and using the compounds in pharmaceuticals and medicines and so forth. And when I first started, it was absolutely just so hard. I could literally open up the first page and I barely understood anything. I was really over my head. And I was in Texas at a seminar with Dr. John Demartini. And here are some of his courses right here. If you can see that, here's his book. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because I was doing a call with my high performance clients, and there was someone that was challenged with a certain issue, and I presented the exact same thing as an example. So I'm going to share it with you today because I really think that it's valuable. So anyways, I was at the seminar with Dr. John, and we were trying to come up with the benefits of something that you're challenged with, because oftentimes we are consciously aware of the downside or sometimes consciously aware of the upside, but we are unconsciously aware of the opposite. So for example, if you're in a relationship and you're absolutely infatuated with this person, consciously you're aware of all of the good, right? Because you're infatuated. However, unconsciously, you are completely unaware of all the negatives that come along with this particular person. You're ignoring all of the red flags because you're absolutely infatuated with that person, right? Consciously aware and unconsciously unaware. And so with this exercise, I had to come up with the benefits of understanding the contents in this course. I was consciously only aware of the downsides. I was like, oh my, I can't do this. It's so hard. The only benefits is just to be, if I can pass this with a passing grade, I'll be able to go on to the next subject. In turn, I'll be able to graduate. But I was unaware of all of the possibilities and the benefits because I was just, closed-minded to it. So I'm going to share with you what happened. And I'm even going to post a video, and this is so cool. Someone was recording this moment at the seminar in Texas. I didn't know, but I'm so glad that the person recorded it because it was a real special moment for me. So at the time, I just couldn't think of any of the benefits. And so Dr. John, he sat down beside me. He's like, come on, Brendan, let's get to work here. What are the benefits? And so I had a blank piece of paper. And I was thinking, what are the benefits? Okay, what are the benefits? Well, I have to pass. He's like, no, that's not a benefit. You've got to think of a benefit. So I was challenged. So it came to one benefit. I'm like, okay, well, if I have a better understanding with this contents, I will be able to help a broader spectrum of patients and clients because I'll have a better understanding of different types of plant medicines that I can offer individuals who are challenged with various diseases and sicknesses. Okay, great. So that's one. What's another benefit? I'm like, oh man, it's so hard to think of. Minutes would go by. I'm like, okay, well, a benefit would be that in addition to helping more people, I can charge more money because I've got a larger amount of education and I'm more practiced and knowledgeable in this field. He's like, great. What's another benefit? I'm like, oh, back to square one again. I can't think of another benefit. And just prodding and poking, still just not giving up. What's another benefit? And then another benefit was, oh, well, maybe I could teach other professionals and other doctors and nutritionists about the contents, and I can teach them. And in turn, they can broaden their practice. He's like, great. What's another benefit? I'm thinking. So I finally got to 7. And 7 was the magic number. And number 6, even before that, was quite magical. One of the next ones that was so powerful is that, I could teach like my own curriculum, and I can incorporate these teachings into both like the general public and doctors. And he's like, great. What's another benefit? And all of a sudden, I just had a little bit of a tear down my eye. I'm like, wow, I'm starting to see the benefits. And then all of a sudden, another idea. I'm like, I could create my own line of natural supplements because I know the content so well. And then all of a sudden I started crying because at that moment, I literally fell in love with my biggest challenge. I fell in love with the idea and the possibilities of what's been challenging me for so much. And you can use this with every single aspect of your life. Let's say you're challenged with a spouse and you're totally blind to the benefits and you just hate one another and you're always fighting and all that stuff. You got to really take your time and write down the benefits. What's the benefits of this person being in your life? And maybe one of the benefits would be to see how to, respond accordingly to different situations. Another one would be like to have more empathy and more patience. There's always a benefit. And I share that with you. And like I said, I'm going to put a video up of the moment. It's about 3 minutes and 33 seconds long. Oh, great number. And you'll have to turn up the volume because it's, I'm quite far away, but it's really, really powerful. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you right now is because time has gone since that seminar in Texas. And, me with a passing grade and understanding this content and finally graduating, I actually created my own line of natural supplements. The product's right here. There it is. And I'm so proud because I've been doing this now for a few years and I've been selling out so much of these. And this is a product that this is my own formula. And it's all because I was understanding and learning the most difficult contents in this book, understanding plant medicine. And then when I realized 2 of these particular plants, I'm like, oh my God, I can help men and women with this product. I can help improve both men and women's hormones, their sex hormones. I can increase our DHEA naturally without any side effects that come along with, let's say, synthetic hormones, just by figuring this stuff out. And I came across 2 different ingredients, completely different ingredients in 2 totally different areas on the world where it's located. And one of the ingredients, it's called shilajit. And it is a moss from the Himalayan mountains. I'm going to talk about it in a second. I'm going to show you the screen. And then the second ingredient is actually called Tongkat Ali, and it's a Malaysian ginseng. And if you translate that from Malay to English, it means wooden stick. So fascinating. And I realized the power of shilajit, and I realized the power of Tongkat Ali. Both were proven clinically to increase DHEA. And DHEA is a naturally occurring hormone in both men and women. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, wow, what if I were to compound these together? I wonder if I could like double or triple or quadruple the effects and like make it even stronger. And so we figured out a formula and I came up with this, and it's actually a product. Like it's actually out in the real world. I've done it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly flip the screen, and I'm just going to show some products or some of the benefits of this product. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to show you a few of the slides. This is a long presentation, but I'm not going to show you all of it. So hypogonadism, that is a term where men lose a significant amount of testosterone, and their symptoms look like reduced libido, erectile dysfunction, low energy, reduced physical strength and endurance, loss of height, decreased joy, low mood, feeling grumpy, falling asleep after dinner, decreased work performance, not even a desire to even go to the gym. Now, this is also a symptom for women as well, because women require testosterone, and as they get older, their testosterone goes lower and their amounts of estrogen goes up and their progesterone goes down. And the precursor to all of those sex hormones, one of them is DHEA. Both present in both men and women. And when we can increase our DHEA, naturally our sex hormones will get better and they'll start to regulate. So here it is. This is the shilajit. Shilajit is found in the mountains. It's like a compressed moss. So what's really cool is there's a whole bunch of studies that come along with this, and it is scientifically proven to increase total and free testosterone, scientifically proven to boost total and free testosterone, proven to increase and boost free testosterone, boost testosterone altogether. Now, how does it do that? Because it actually increases DHEA, which is a precursor to testosterone. It also acts as a very powerful antioxidant. So we've got a ton of clinical studies there. I'm not going to go over everything, but just some of the studies. I want to show you some of the results. And here's one. 31 women, ages 45 to 59 years old, they consumed this compound, 100 milligrams for 12 weeks, and the outcome was amazing. Positive impact upon strength and muscle quality compared to placebo. Bench press, leg press, balance, hand grip, muscular endurance, all improved. Here's another one. 13 physically active men and 12 physically active females. That's 25 in total. And they consumed 400 milligrams of this compound for 5 weeks. And what was the outcome? Significant increase in total and free testosterone and molecular force in men and women, no muscle damage from the exercise, and sex hormone binding globulin decreased by 20.8% in women. How cool is that? I'll do one more. Okay, two more really quick. So another group, 76 men with hypogonadism, and they took 200 milligrams for 1 month. The outcome was this: significant improvement in aging males, symptom scores percentage, men, normal testosterone increased 35%, end of month up to 90%. Crazy. And then I'll show you one more. In 20 men, varying health conditions, average age was 38 to 58 years old. They took 200 to 400 to 600 milligrams for 2 months. Better scores, and the outcome was better scores on sexual health. Testosterone and DHEA both improved and increased compared to the other group. And normal IGF-1 compared to placebo. Now, IGF-1 is also a growth hormone, and that increased compared to the placebo group. So this is why I'm so passionate and why I'm so excited, because I wouldn't have realized this if I didn't fall in love with this. I wouldn't have realized any of this if I didn't come up with the benefits of one of my biggest challenges. And I'm sharing this with you right now is because I've got a very, very limited amount of ManUp. And I've got a whole bunch of orders on queue right now, but I figure I could probably fulfill about 20 more bottles, 20 people. And if this is something that you're interested in, both men and women, you can use this safely. It is not banned. There's no negative side effects. It dramatically helps even with women who have got like a hysterectomy, for example. Men and women greatly benefit by this. I've been taking it. It's dramatically increased my testosterone, especially when I've cycled on and off synthetic performance enhancing cycles. So every time I've come off, I've really used this as a tool to bridge that significant drop in natural testosterone. And my most recent blood scores, it actually increased my total testosterone 116% because my test was quite low. So this works, and it's very, very safe, and your body doesn't get dependent on it. So you can use it as a tool, and I absolutely love it. I'm so proud of it. I get all my clients, both men and women, to use it, especially if they want to have some increased muscle gains. So if you're interested, and if you've stuck around for this whole time, I really appreciate it. I know I'm kind of talking about different subjects here, but number one, find the benefits to your biggest challenge. Find the benefits to a sore point in your life, because there's always benefits. The world works in law of polarity. And so we've got to be aware that we can't have white without black. We can't have up without down. We can't have positive without negative. And no matter whatever your challenges are, there's always benefits to it. You just have to dig deep and figure out what the benefits are. And I wouldn't have learned all of this if it wasn't for Dr. John Demartini. So I've got to make a mention to him. Kudos to him. He is one of my absolute favorite mentors and teachers. He's a living legend. And you can learn a lot from him too. He truly is a living legend. So with all that being said, I hope you found this valuable. Hit a like, hit a subscribe. I really very much appreciate your support. And I really suggest you try some of this for a couple months to help regulate your hormones. I guarantee you'll see an awesome improvement. Gut Whisperer out.
Give me a second. But I want to share with you something about this linking process. I'm good. I arm wrestled and I beat him and he's crying. Share what we just talked about there.
So I explained my frustration in med school right now, and I'm studying one of the hardest subjects that I've ever even come across. It's called Pharmacognosy, which is the understanding of medicinal plants and their molecular levels and whatnot. And I really having a hard time grasping the contents. And so we were able to link how understanding this particular field and subject, how we'll be able to link it to my greater passion and ultimate value and goal is to have my own clinic and get my doctorates. And some of the examples were, if I have better understanding of contents in this particular subject, I'll be able to have leverage and perhaps have speaking engagements with pharmaceutical companies and patients and practitioners. Another one would be having the understanding of this content, I could perhaps have my own brand of pharmaceutical holistic medicine. And we went through seven lists or 7 items.
The link of what it is that you don't love, how's it helping you get what you want? Because he was going, this is draining me, I hate this class, I don't want to deal with it, it's frustrating, I just don't want to deal with it. And I'll have to trudge through it. I have to do it.
And then we got to the 7th item, and I just saw this huge light at the end of the tunnel of joy, because I have now fallen in love. That's amazing. I've fallen in love with this textbook. I've fallen in love with this course because I see how much potential it has by understanding the contents that I can tie it to my biggest goal. And I'm actually excited to go to this textbook and it's great.
And he had an orgasm right there. And this is one of his newest books. He's sharing it with me. That's what started the conversation. What is it? It's How to Be a Healthier, Happier, Stronger You by Brendan Covers. 30-day challenge.
So the last time that I saw him, I was in Toronto, and my objective was I promised him the next time I would see him, the book would be published. So I finally realized that goal as well. So.
He has me in the book and says, this is what will happen to you if you don't do what I do.
Thank you.
I just wanted to share it with you because you can take something that you absolutely can't stand and link it properly. He only did 7, he's going to do 20 of them. And all of a sudden be free of the energy